Yes, I started recording. To just as a revision, so index of will basically give you the index of that word or a letter, and if that index and if that character is not found within a string, it always gives you back a -1. Okay, don't forget this. Now, next, what you're going to talk about is a very important method, and it's called the slice method. Okay, what slice does is, let's say, I have a string like this. Okay, let's take this example. Let's take this example of this. Okay, now slice is a method which takes in not one but two arguments. Okay, you can either give it one argument or you can give it two arguments. Now let's say I have a string called excl. Okay, this is the string. Let's say, let me expand this. This is the string, and this has an index of 0, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. Okay, what is the total length of the string, guys? What is the length of the string? Length is 5. Okay, good. Now let's say I want to slice a part of this part of the string. Slice का मतलब है कि I want to take off one part of the string. तो इस पूरा string से, let's say I just want the first 3 characters. मुझे सिर्फ ये E, X और C चाहिए. Then I can use the string, which is Excel dot slice, and you can give it 2 arguments. Okay, the first argument will be the starting index, and the second argument will be the ending index. But remember here that the starting index is inclusive. Okay, so the start index jo hai, that is inclusive. I'll tell you what that means. Okay, but the end index is exclusive. What this means is, see, now when I say 0 से मुझे 3 चाहिए. Okay, if I say that this is what, if I give excel.slice of 0, 3, then we start from 0 and we go until 3, but not including 3. Which means I will get back 0, 1, and 2. Which means I'll get back E, X, and C. Okay, see, this is including, but this is not including. So this up to 3, but not including 3. Okay, so are you guys done with, there is a function called range in Python. Are you done with that, guys? Do you know what the range function in Python does? So range also, if you give it a range, what happens? You give a starting and the ending range. Huh? What happens is starting range is inclusive, right? But the ending range is exclusive. So same thing here also. So the starting index is including the index, but ending index is not including the index. Now let's take an example again. As always, just go to inspect. This is the Chrome developer tool. Here, go to console and start typing your stuff here. Let's say I'll store my string here. Let's say this is my word, Excel. Okay. Now, if I do word.slice, and if I give the starting index, which is 0, and if I give the ending index, which is 3. Okay. See, I get E, X, and C because 0, 1, 2, but not 3. I will not get 3. Okay. When I do 0 and 3, okay, what will be the result? The result will be E, X, and C. EXC. Okay. Now let me ask you something. Now, what if I do EX Excel dot slice of 1, 4? What will be the result of this, guys?
XCE.
XCE. Okay, let's see. So if I do word dot slice of what is it, 1, 4, no? 1, 4. So I get XCE. C and E. That is perfectly correct. Again, why will I get XE? Because see, 1 is starting index, which means I'll include 1. So I'll go up to 4, but not including 4. So I'll go 1, 2, and 3, not 4. Even though I've mentioned 4, like I said, the ending index is exclusive, which means not including. And hence I'll get 1, 2, and 3. So I'll get X, C, and E. Okay. Now you guys tell me, I want to get E, X, C, E. मुझे ये चाहिए. If I want this, what should be the syntax using the slice
0
method?
to 4, 0,4.
Okay, let's do word.slice 0,4. Perfectly said. Who is that? Who is answering the question? I can't see the name.
Sir Pranjal.
Very good, Pranjal. Very good. Okay, that's the correct answer. So 0 to 4. Now, one more thing is, see, the second index is actually optional. Okay, the end index is actually optional. Now, if you do not provided the second argument, which is the end index, it will automatically go till the very end. Like वो end तक ले जाएगा. ठीक है? What I mean by that is, now if I do excel.slice of 0, if I just give 0, what happens is, see, the ending index by default is the last thing. I mean, वो last तक जाएगा. Okay, which means 0 से लेके last तक, which means we'll get the entire string here. Let's try it out. If I do like this, the result is Excel. Okay, which means 0 is inclusive, and the ending is that. Good question, Shraddha. I was saying that what if I do this now? See, that will give an error. You are right. You always have to provide you cannot use the second argument without the first argument. The first argument, if you want to use second argument, you have to provide the first argument. One last thing is, what happens if I do not provide it any arguments only? Like, let me create another word. I'll say excellent. And if I do another word dot slice without any arguments, if you do not give it any arguments, it behaves as if like this. Okay, these both are exactly the same. No difference between them both. Okay, if you do not provide any argument, it gives you exactly the same. Now, what is the point of this? Like, when would you ever want to use this? Now, thing is, if you want to create a copy of a string, okay, you can use the slice without any arguments. Like, for example, let's say I have a word here. Let's say I have a word called Ganesh, okay? And if I want to create a copy of this, I can just do Ganesh.slice. Okay, this will give you back this will give you back a copy, an exact copy of this string. Without changing anything inside this string, it will give you back an entirely new copy. Okay, like for example, let's see. I have, let name is equal, or actually let's just do const name is equal to Ganesh. Okay, and if I'll say const copy of name will be name.slice. Now if I do copy of name is Ganesh and name is also Ganesh. That is the point of slice. So any questions so far, guys? No questions? Okay. Now I'll tell you one more use case actually. One more use case will, let's say I'm having a dollar amount. Okay, let's say the dollar amount is $50, and I'll have many dollar amounts. I'll have like const another dollar amount is equal to $60. I know that see every dollar amount may the starting character is a dollar, right? So I just want to remove that dollar. Mujhe. I want to remove this dollar from the entire string and return only the number itself. What should be the syntax, guys? What should I do then? I want to remove the first character inside everything and just return rest of the array, rest of the string. Sorry. What should be the what is syntax for that, guys? Guys, can you hear me? Hello.
Sir, can you repeat the question again?
The question is, see, I had this dollar amount. Okay. Okay. I'll make it even simpler here. So I have $50. Okay. This is a string. Now I want to remove this dollar and just return this thing, just the number. Rohit, you should not give me the syntax in Python. I want the syntax in JavaScript. Like no matter what, so what Pranjal has written is correct. Now see, no matter what the amount is, no matter what the amount is, if you just do dot slice of one comma, I mean just slice of one, that'll take care of anything, right? Like let's say I have, okay, const amount one. Amount one is $50, and const amount two is $456, and const amount three is $975, whatever. Okay. What I want from every amount is just remove the first character. The simplest way of doing it is just do amount one dot slice of one. That's it. You can use any amount you want and just a slice of one that will give you back the actual number without taking care removing the first letter. And same thing with amount three also, amount three dot slice of one. Okay, like this. Okay, now let's move on. Slice is also done. Next thing is replace. Okay. Now, what if you want to replace one character or a part of a string with something else? You can do that also. Like for example, let's take an example again. So this example, t he. Okay. The string is t he. What is this? So funny. This is a string. Okay. Now, if I want to replace this word called he with haha, I can do that. So that the entire new string will be haha, so funny. Okay, you can do this also. Like if you want to replace a particular word or a character or whatever from a string to another thing, you can do that using the replace method. Let's take an example. Const phrase is equal to he so funny. Okay, so I have this. So if I do phrase dot replace, now replace will take again two arguments. The first argument is what is the search value, which means what do you want to search? I want to search for this string called he. Okay, and I want to replace it with haha. And when I do enter, it gives me haha so funny. Right? But when I try to print back phrase, the phrase is still unchanged. Okay, because dot replace or dot slice will not change the original string. Now, if you want to replace the original string, what you should do is, let's say let phrase is equal to he. So funny. Okay, let me do this. So I have this. Now I have to do phrase is equal to phrase dot reply. I want to replace the word called he with, I want to replace it with haha. Now when I do phrase, the phrase is actually phrase dot replace with what happened. I missed. Oh shit. No. I missed this one. यहाँ पर extra e add करना था, वो भूल गया. एक minute. यहाँ पर. Okay. Now when I do phrase, it's also change. ठीक है? Replace is a string method which takes in a couple of arguments. The first argument is what word within the string you want to change. And what do you want to change it with? One last thing about, somebody is not on mute. Okay, cool. One last thing is, let's say I have a phrase where there are two he words. Okay, so now observe that there are he is there at two different places. Now when I do phrase is equal to phrase dot replace of he with aha, so observe that replace will replace only the first instance. Okay, it does not replace the second instance, which means once this replace method will find this word called he within the string, it will replace that. It will not move ahead. वो आगे जाके और कहीं ये है क्या बोल के नहीं देखेगा. वो उसको जो भी पहला मिला है उसको रिप्लेस करके वो छोड़ देता है बस. It does not go any further. Okay, it will replace only the first instance of that word within the string. Now he, even if it is there at two different places, the replace method will replace it only in the first instance. It does not replace anything after that. वो सिर्फ एक ही बार replace करके छोड़ देगा बस. That is the replace method. Okay. Let's move ahead. We have a quiz again. Okay. What is the value of age, guys, here? $54. Okay, very good, Rohit and Shraddha. That is the correct answer. Because if you observe, see, both of these are strings. Okay. When you add two strings, you are concatenating them. This is called concatenation. Okay. Let's try it out here. Const age is equal to 5 plus 4. So when I do age, I get 54 because this is called concatenation. Okay. Now let's move ahead. What does this give us back? Yatin says I. What about the others? Rajinder, Shraddha, why do you think it's IE? This is not slice. This is just, see, all I'm asking is इस string में ये 7th index का character क्या है? If you observe this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, and 7. So the answer is I. because all I want back is the character that's there at the 7th index within the string. Okay. What about this? What will this give us back? Yatin, observe carefully. Why will it give us back 3? No, it won't even give U or P. See, we have only Rohit, good guess. I mean, Transient Rohit, good guess, but observe that this is not index of. Okay, if you remember, I told you guys exactly what will give us back. Index of नहीं है. मैंने कल बताया था आपको कि if you try to access a character which is not there, हाँ, जब out of index होगा तो what will be the value? मैंने बताया था कि there is one more a primitive value which will be returned in case you access something which does not exist in that. Like, see, अभी इसमें सिर्फ we have 0, 1, 2. I'm trying to access number 3 index which is not even there here. In that case, what will it give back? मैंने mention किया था. Okay, the answer is undefined. So let's see. I have this thing called PUP, and if I say 3, I get undefined. I told this to you yesterday that if you try to access an index that is out of the boundary of the string, you always get back undefined. If I try to access like this, I get undefined. Okay, wait, this syntax is wrong, but it's undefined. Try to access like 100, okay, undefined. Okay, because if you try to access anything which is out of the boundary, out of index here, you always get back undefined. Undefined is also a primitive type. Okay, very important to know. Let's move on. Now, what is the value of song? Observe carefully and then give the answer. What is the value of song after these 2 statements? Pranjal, observe carefully what's happening there. Is Pranjal right or is Rohit right? What do the others think? What does Rajinder or Shraddha? What do you guys think? Rajinder is also going with Pranjal. What about Shraddha? Shraddha, what do you think? Okay, so everybody is saying one thing, but the correct answer is what Rohit has said. So Rohit, yes. Okay, Rohit is right. Basically, see, again, what I'm doing, see, मैंने ये बताया था, guys. So let's say कि एक song है, London Calling, ठीक है? When I do this, okay, मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ कि see, this will return, ये song dot to uppercase जो है, that will return the uppercase value of this string. लेकिन I was storing it somewhere. We're not storing it anywhere. See, if we want the value of song to change to the uppercase, we have to store the returned value inside this. No? Otherwise, how it will work? Like, this is just returning us this value, but we are not storing this value anywhere. Unless you store this value somewhere, you will not be able to access it later on, right? You can call this multiple times, but you're not storing it anywhere. Like, if you do song is equal to song dot to uppercase, okay, this time what you're doing is, जो भी इसका result आया है, we are storing it back inside this song. Now, when you do song, then we get London Calling. Okay, which means Rohit was correct. Very good job, Rohit, but everybody else were wrong about this. Let's move on. Yeah. What is the value of cleaned input? By the way, guys, one more thing. See, I forgot to tell you guys something. See, um, you can chain multiple methods together. Okay, like what I mean by that is, let's say I have a string called Aditya like this. First, I can do to uppercase, and then I can immediately change it to lowercase again. Okay, which means I can add multiple methods. I can keep adding multiple string methods if I want to. Okay, that will work. What will happen in this case is, if first this will be done, which means first this will run. This is the result. And after this, I'm chaining on this also, which means ये capital Aditya के ऊपर I'm doing to lowercase. Ultimately, the result will be Aditya. Okay, I can chain together multiple methods. I can chain how many ever methods I want like this. Now, keeping this in mind, what is the value of this? Spaces will be trimmed, and Rohit is okay. Rohit has given an answer. Do the others agree with Rohit, or do you guys have a different answer? Okay, so Pranjal agrees with Rohit. Good job. Okay, now let's look at the answer now. So whatever the space is, that will be removed. So this is the correct answer. Basically, both Pranjal and Rohit are correct. Ye first we'll trim it. So after the trimming is done, the space will be removed off. After that, when we are doing two lowercase, a dot jo hai, jo capital letters mein, that will be converted to small letters. Okay, Yatin is also correct. Now I think we have one more thing. What is the observe very carefully this thing. Okay, very carefully observe and tell me what is the answer. Don't jump to the answer, guys. Observe carefully and then give the answer. Don't jump to the answer. ठीक से observe करो. Rohit says -1. What about the others? Guys, what about the others? I need you to participate. There is no error तो नहीं देगा यतिन. Index of क्या देगा? Value of index नहीं देगा. Index of will give you the index of this character, of this thing inside this. Pranjal is saying 5 and says, okay, I'll tell you what the answer is. Rohit is correct again. We'll give you -1 because you observe कि stone में the S is capital, but the S is not capital here, na? Which means this stone and this stone are not the same. ठीक है? इस stone में S is capital, यहाँ पर S capital नहीं है. Which means this does not exist in this string. And index of will always give you -1 if this thing does not exist in the string. Right, guys? Okay. One more question. What is the value of index? What is the value of this index? Okay, so everybody is right. Value will be 7 because even though there are 2 exclamation marks, index of will always check for the first instance. Okay, I think, okay, we have one more. Huh. What about this? What will this result? Pranjal, you are almost right. There's that you don't need a space there because see, there is no space. I know this is not very clear, but there's no space here. Yatin is correct. Yatin and Pranjal, both of you are right. Basically, there's no there's an empty string. So empty string में क्या होता है कि okay, first of all, we are doing this slice. Okay, so we'll do this thing in steps. Okay, so we have garbage, not slice of 2. What does this return? This returns in this rBage. तो इस rBage के ऊपर I'm doing not replace of मैं b को लेके I'm replacing it with an empty string. तो जब empty string में करता हूं I get range. तो r यहां पर लेके b के like instead of b I'm just replacing that with an empty string. Empty string मतलब no space nothing. वो सिर्फ यहां से चला जाएगा बस. तो b जाके range हो जाएगा बस. ठीक है? I think that was the last thing. Huh. So next topic we're going to talk about is this thing called string escapes. So first of all, ये topic जो है string escapes का, it's not that commonly used, okay? उतना commonly आप use नहीं करते हैं. And see MDN में if you go and search, there are so many escape characters. Also, one more thing is escape characters जो है, it's very common across almost all programming languages. Okay, like what I mean by that is I'll tell you something. So let's say कि मेरे पास एक string है जो double quotes में है. So I want to say I am in India. Now see, I want to actually मुझे ये string पूरा एक double quotes में चाहिए, लेकिन इसमें this part should again be inside double quotes. Lekin if you do this currently, it will result in an error. Lekin if we still want to achieve this, we can do it by using escape characters. We have to escape the double quotes. And we can do that by just adding the backslash. Okay, so I'll just come back here. And like this, when you do this, now everything will work perfectly fine. Which means you're basically escaping the the character double quotes yahan par. That's it. There's nothing special going on here. And same thing. Let's say कि I have 2 single quotes. And मुझे ये लिखना है मुझे. I am Aditya. This will again result in an error, right? To escape this single quote, I have to just add a backspace. This will result into this. Okay? This is what it's used for. One more new line character. Let's see new line character how it works. So let's say I will be on a new line. Wait, this I'm not exactly sure how it will work. This new line doesn't work in Chrome. I think just ignore the new line for now. But let's take this MDN string escape characters. Escape इसमें भी नहीं है एक मिनट MDN escape characters. We have this, so new line. देखिए न्यू लाइन कैसे यूज करते हैं. So I don't know because I have not used it any time. मुझे उतना like कभी on JavaScript new line. Okay. अच्छा या तो वही कर रहा हूँ ना, तो why is it not working on new line? IAM/m new line. For some reason it's not working, but just remember that maybe when you do it in a real project, it might work. But just remember that that is what the string escapes are used for. It's not very common, but it's good to know. Okay, that was about this. Next, very interesting and very important topic is this thing called the template literals. Okay, we have this thing called the string template literals. See, what they do is they let you embed expressions inside a string. Okay, now let's say I have this thing. Okay, I want to print out. Okay, let's say I counted 7 sheep. Okay, let's try to do that. So I'm saying I counted plus 7. Now I have to do space 7, or I have to basically just do space here 3 plus 4. This should be inside a bracket, I believe. Let's see if it'll actually work. Huh. Now see, if I want to actually do something like this, I have to type in, I have to break apart this entire thing so many times, right? But you do not have to do this with template literals. So template literals gives you a chance to create a string inside which you can add the expressions yourself. Okay, like for example, I'll tell you. So see, the template literals, they see, any string you begin with either a single quote or double quotes, right? But the template literals will begin with a backtick. Okay, this is called backtick. Let me zoom in. See, this is called backtick. Okay, backtick ke andar, see, first of all, template literals, you can use it to create any type of string you want. Let's say I want to create a string like this. This is also a string, and I can create one more string using double backtick, where I can say 3 is the number I hit. Okay, so I can create the strings, normal strings, using template literals. But then what is the difference between a template literal and a normal string? The thing is, when you want to embed the expressions inside the strings, that you can do only using the template literals, not using normal strings. Let's for very simple example I'll give you. Let's say const age is equal to maybe 78, and I can say my grandfather's age is, and then add a dollar sign, and then add this add the curly braces. Now inside this you can add any expression you want. Let's say if I add this age here, like this, and if I hit enter, see, this value or this expression will be embedded inside this thing like this. Okay, dollar and then curly braces. Okay, this is the syntax, dollar and then curly braces. Inside this you can give any variable you want, or you can actually give any expression you want. Whatever you want you can do inside this. Okay, let's say one more example I'll give you. So I have dollar, and then I can add any mathematical expression also I want. Let's say I want to say 45 plus 65 channels in my TV. Okay, dollar and then So isme you can embed any expression that you so yeah, Pranjal is like f string, correct? So jaisa ki you guys have f string in Python, right? This is an f string. This is your f string ka format, right? In Python. So the f string ka equivalent in JavaScript is this thing called template literal. Okay. One more good thing about the template literal is inside the template literal you can use both combination of single and double quotes, which means I use I am Aditya with double quotes. You can do whatever you want inside the backticks. Okay, but yeah, the most important use case of this is nothing but the expression 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 like this. Okay, this is the most powerful way. And one last example. So let's say ki const place is equal to Hyderabad. State is equal to Telangana. I can say const message is equal to place is the capital of state. If I do message like this, okay. No, so if the same thing, if you had to do this without using the template literals, I'll tell you how it look. You have to first place, give some space, and say is the capital of, and then give some space again, and then say state. Now observe which is better. Is this better or is this better? This is so difficult to write, first of all. You have to keep breaking every single thing. But here you're directly embedding the expressions inside the strings. This is called template strings. Okay. Now I'll give you a simple task, guys, and I want you to do that before we end the session. Okay, so let's say ki, okay. So I have two variables. Const min age is equal to 21, but const your age is equal to 10. I want you to basically print this string like this. You must be at least the minimum age, min age years, come back in difference between what I want you to do here is see, like the age is 10, right? But the minimum age to drink is 21. 21 minus 10 is what? 11 years. So you have to say come back in 11 years. And this is the 21. So I want you to do this thing using the template literals. Do this, guys. This 11 is coming how minimum age minus your age. You must be at least min age. Come back in. Perfect, Rajendra. Very good, man. That is all you need to do, guys. Look at Rajendra's example, guys. So I have to just do. You must be at least min age years. Come back in min age minus your age. Yes. That's it. Okay, very good, man, Rajendra. So, guys, any questions so far? Guys, let me tell you something. There are not many people here, only like 5 of you are there. I don't want you to be silent. Be very vocal, be interactive. You know, I will not take any offense if you don't understand anything. I can repeat stuff how many times you want. But if you're silent, it's your loss. अगर आपको समझ में नहीं आ रहा है, then you have to ask me. Okay, I'll not know if you don't understand something. So be open. I'm here to help you out, but just be vocal, be interactive. Okay. Okay, so I think I'll finish it off with one last. All of this is done. All of this is done. This is also done. Huh. So see, if you guys remember, we had multiple primitive values, right? What are some of the primitive values? Remember, guys, tell me. What are the primitive values you remember? One is number. Okay. What else? Guys, come on. What else? We already read about them. We already read about the other primitive values. If you don't remember, just tell me you don't remember. I can tell the answer. See, let and var are not primitive values. So one more is the string. Okay. One more is Boolean, correct? Okay. So these three we have already learned. Now there's no doubts here. But apart from this, we have two other primitive values. One of them is null and one of them is undefined. Okay, we have these two primitive values also. Now these both might seem very similar, but there is a difference. Okay, we'll learn about them now. So first of all, what is null? See, whenever we intend to give a empty value to any variable, then we intentionally give it a value of null. Like null is something that we as a developer we give to a variable. Like let's say कि मैंने एक variable so I've created a variable like this, like let age. मुझे अभी इसका value पता नहीं है. In that case, I can just give it a value of null. अरे यार एक मिनट ये let's do this. हाँ तो let age see right now I don't know what the value of age is, so I just want to make it an empty thing, so I'll just do a null here. Which means we are intentionally saying कि अभी इसका age का value null है, which means age में कुछ है ही नहीं. So null is something that we explicitly we give to the variable called age. लेकिन undefined क्या है कि whenever you do not assign any value to a variable, then it gets a value of undefined by default. ठीक है? Like one more example I'll tell you. So let's say कि अगर मैंने एक social networking site create किया है. Now before logged in, for example क्या है before logged in? हाँ. Before logging in, let logged in user can actually be null. अभी कोई लॉग इन नहीं है तो I'm saying null. लेकिन after logging in, then logged in user can actually be something. He can have some value, whatever you want. But see, before he became a logged in user, there was a stage where he had no value, right? In that case, we can intentionally give a value of null. Okay, null is something that we explicitly give to a variable. हम लोग देते हैं. Lekin undefined is something which JavaScript itself gives when the variable does not have any value assigned to it. Like for example, I'll tell you, see, like let name. मैंने अभी name में मैंने कुछ दिया ही नहीं है. Now when I try to print out name, I get undefined. Okay, that is what undefined does. लेकिन अगर मैं name को null करता हूँ, sorry, name को अगर मैं null करता हूँ, then name is null. ठीक है, so null is something that we as a developer हम लोग खुद देते हैं null. लेकिन undefined is something which JavaScript language itself gives to a variable when you're not assigned anything to a variable. One more example is, let's say कि let person, अभी person का value क्या है? Undefined है. One more example is, so we spoke about this now, we spoke about this thing. When you try to access 0, you get P, 1 you get Q, 2 you get P. But anything after that, undefined. Again, okay? So undefined is a value which JavaScript gives back when it does not find anything. जब JavaScript को कुछ नहीं मिलता है, then it gives you back undefined. ठीक है? And what are the examples these people have? So yeah, we already spoke about this. So I think we are done with this slide. So yeah, I think we'll stop the class here at 10:30 only. But guys, any questions? Okay, no questions. Okay, guys, thank you. I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Good night.